Hey everyone, this is Johnny, and welcome to my May 2016 income report. I am so freaking excited because this is my most profitable month ever. This is the biggest month I've ever had. I made more money this month than I did working for an entire year at a corporate job, and probably all the money I've ever made working, part-time jobs while I was in college. So I'm so excited, not to spoil kind of the ending, but I think a lot of you guys know that I had a big windfall. I had a big, cash payment for selling one of my dropshipping stores this year. So that alone crushed everything. But aside from that, I actually had a really good month anyways. So I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I'm here for another 2 weeks, and then I'm going to Europe to spend the summer and also to celebrate a bit. But this month, I spent almost the whole month in Chiang Mai, bootstrapping. Didn't spend that much money, even though I made it a lot. This is such a great thing about living in a place like Chiang Mai. And I just went down to Bangkok for a few days for a new business venture, but also just to have fun and hang out with friends. So I'm really excited to bring you into this month's income report. And here is a photo of me in Bangkok at the hotel we were staying. So we were kind of bossing out for a few days out there. But without further ado, here is what I made. All right, so it is currently June 1st, but this is the numbers of what I made from all my different passive income streams from the last 31 days. So May 1st to 31st. So my books, pretty good. I started adding in the increase or decrease from previous months. I realized this is such a great thing to look at, not only for everyone kind of following the journey to see if numbers are increasing or not, because you don't have to go back and look for the last month's numbers, but also for me, because I honestly have no idea. I think when I looked at it, I was like, oh, 250, that's kind of normal. But then when I looked back, I'm like, oh, you know what? I actually made $50 more from my books than I did last month. Nothing, too fancy. What I love writing these books because they are completely passive, especially if it's a good book that people will review and they share. Actually, I'm going to go back and add some of the reviews that people left into this, because I always appreciate that, and I love it when people share their stories. For Udemy, I'm really excited for this month because Udemy was my secret project for the month. So I put on my Instagram. If you guys don't follow it, just look for Johnny FDK. That I am working on a new, I was working on a new secret project. And it was another Udemy course. And some people might be wondering why I would create another Udemy course when I only made $184 on it last month. And one of the reasons why there's that drop is because Udemy changed their pricing, where now they forced instructors to price their courses at $50 maximum. And it messed a lot of things up. A lot of people started, making less money and losing money. But what is awesome is their platform is still so great, where they pretty much, walk your hand through how to create a course. So I personally paid $2,000 to join Anton's membership site master course, and I loved it. I mean, it taught me so many things, and it taught me how to build a own platform on WordPress and how to create, my own forums and all that. And I've definitely made my money back from that because Earnest Affiliate is built on it. But do I want to go through that process again to start another course? No, because it's so much effort. It took, months and months. Well, with this, it took me a few weeks and I was able to get this up. So I'm not going to get too into it because I didn't want to announce it yet. But I realized that in the screenshots, you can see my new course. So it's called Dropship Lab, the 6-figure formula. Don't worry, I'm not competing with Anton. I realized that there's a lot of people in Anton's course now who are already profitable, but they're making, the normal amount is like $1,000 to $2,000 a month, which is exactly what I was aiming for as well when I first started. And a lot of those people are ready to scale up. So they want to, 10x that income. So this course is all about that. You can check it out here. I'll make a proper blog post introducing what the course actually is once I have more time. But I figured people might start Googling anyway, so I might as well have a link to it. But what I really wanted to talk about is selling my courses on Udemy or off of Udemy. So me and Larissa, my ex-girlfriend, we created 2 courses together about a year and a half or 2 years ago. One's called Small Talk Networking, and one's called Relationship Ready. And turns out that because we are not stuck on the Udemy platform, that we still own our courses, we're free to list anywhere else. We can also put it on Skillshare and all these other places to sell. But what's great is a new kind of up and comer, they started paying cash for courses. So if you kind of go through this link, I wrote a post called Cash for Courses, where a guy who was a competitor for Udemy reached out and said, hey, we want you to put your courses on our site, and we'll pay you up front for it. So you can either have the standard 20-30% after we sell the course, or we can just give you $700 up front per course. So we made an extra $1,400 just for sending them a Dropbox links with all of our courses and saying, yeah, go ahead and put it on your site. So that is the other reason why I was so excited about selling, or creating courses on Udemy, because you own the course, you can put it somewhere else, you can sell it somewhere else. And what's really awesome about Udemy is they match your promotions. So you can see that my promotions this month was about $200. And if you look at the Udemy organic and affiliate program, they pretty much, if you bring in your own customers, they will match it. And if anything, sometimes they'll double your customers. So that's the main reason why I'm on Udemy, is because it's easy to put a course up. And I can sell a course for $50 and be okay with that, because even though I want to charge $100 or I want to charge $197, because I know Udemy will match my profit by bringing in more customers from their side. Essentially, by me selling a $50 course, I'm actually getting $100 or $120 from it, because Udemy is bringing in customers. So this is kind of the secret behind why Udemy is so powerful, and why I'm okay with selling a course that I know is worth a lot more money on the platform for $50. Now, the really exciting part is drop shipping. As you know, I sold one of my stores for $60,000. After fees and everything, it was $57,635 in my pocket. So I'm super excited about that. If you haven't read that post, you can click the link that says for the store I sold. I go through all the details of it, but it was completed this month. So I'm very, very happy that is now paid for. It took a few days. It took about a week to actually process it. So I was still collecting sales until the 7th of the month. So I actually made $8,320 in sales from that first store before it sold, and the profit from that was around $900 or so. I didn't do the math too much, to be honest, but that combined with the profit from selling the store this month from just that one store, I made $58,535, and that's in profit. That's cash in my bank account, which I'm investing in. But it's amazing. Like I can't even believe that I got paid more than I did for an entire year just in one moment, in one day, 1 month. So really, really happy about that. What's really cool is I'll still have another store. And this store, I'm running with Larissa, and we don't plan on selling it because she's very happy with it. And she does most of the day-to-day. So very happy having it be another passive income source. What I did for you guys, and I think this is going to be very helpful for everyone, is I really broke down the expenses this time. Normally, I just kind of group all the expenses into one. You can see the gross sales is about $12,000. And normally, I'll say the expenses are, let's say, $9,000, right? But where does that money go? It's kind of hard to figure out. But because now I have more time after I sold my store, I can really take the time to break things down. So the dealer cost of goods. So this is our wholesale price. We paid $7,542 for the items. Shipping cost, we ate out of pocket because we offered free shipping as a promotion. So it's $1,183. Credit card fees, because we have to accept credit cards or PayPal, and normally it's about 2.9% per transaction plus 30 cents. So we paid around $357 for that. Then there's advertising costs. So this is actually a little bit higher than what it is normally. We normally like it to be way less than $1,000. I honestly, I didn't really keep my eye on the ads this month because I was busy with other things. So we overspent a bit. So kind of sucks. And as well as retargeting, we normally don't spend that much on retargeting ads either. So they both kind of got away. But I've toned those down for last month. So next month, expect that cost to be lower. For Shopify, for our platform, the hosting is only $59 a month. And that's because we are on the $79 plan, but I used my own 20% off link. So if you ever want to start a Shopify store, make sure you download the PDF in the recommended resources that has a link to getting 20% off Shopify for life. So I'm saving myself $20 a month. I'm very happy with that. Phone support, I'm paying my guy $150 to do all the customer service and answer calls because we are in different time zones. And as a bonus, I've been giving him spiffs. So spiff is kind of like a commission that's for, a performance. So I told him, I said, hey, anyone that calls in, if you can get them to buy the product while they're on the phone before they hang up, they have a much higher chance of not clicking another one of my ads, which is going to cost me another $1. And, they have a higher chance of buying through us and not someone else. So I'll give you a bonus for every single one that you help close. So this month, I gave him almost as much as his base pay, which is $150. And he's happy with that. And this kind of encourages him to work harder. So total profit for this second store was $1,516. Not bad for being passive income. However, it was about $1,000 lower than last month's profit. And a big reason for that is actually first off, we have higher ad prices this month. But the main thing was we actually had a really big order that was worth $800 in profit that canceled on us last minute. And it sucks. I'm still talking to Larissa about how we could have fixed that because I'm actually not too sure about what actually happened because she runs the store day to day. But, it always sucks when that happens. And so our profit would have been $800 more. So it would have been almost the same as last month. It would have been a wash, but things happen, right? So our profit was about $758 each if I split it with Larissa 50-50. But because it's on my travel card, I get an extra 2%. So another $214. So my total profit was almost $1,000 for this store. Pretty happy with that. That on top of the profit from store one, which is $58,000 this month, just from dropshipping and nothing else, $59,000 and $59,507 profit. And this isn't revenue. So this isn't total sales. This is actual money in my pocket. So I'm very, very happy with that. So big shout out to Anton, because if it wasn't for you, I never would have learned any of this stuff. Literally the best return on investment I ever made. If you pay $1,000 to join Anton's dropshipping course, and if you can get even half of this, I mean, why wouldn't you do it? It's, you're turning $1,000 and a lot of hard work into 60 grand in a month. Yeah. Why wouldn't you do that? So next on the passive income list, we have YouTube. So another big milestone, I hit over 1 million channel views. So 1 million people have watched my videos, or most likely way less than 1 million, but people watch multiple videos. And so we've gotten 1 million views on my YouTube channel, which is insane. All right. So it's 4,500 subscribers and 1 million views. So thank you everyone who subscribes to my YouTube channel and watches these videos. If you haven't subscribed, click here. And what's really cool about that is now I have access to places like the YouTube recording studios in Berlin. I think the one in LA, you have to have a lot more subscribers. But when I go to Berlin this summer, I'm actually going to try to go to the official YouTube recording studio and see if I can make some videos there. So passive income from YouTube, $79, and that's just from the ads, which is an increase from $67.78. So my next big income stream from my affiliate commissions. I'm so excited for this because it's been growing at normally it grows around 10%. So I think in February it was like 9 grand, and then it was 10 grand, then 11 grand. This month I could hardly believe it when I looked at it. It's $19,000, which is so insane to me because I don't do any rocket science. I show everything I do in my course, Earnest Affiliate. And when you go through it, if anything, you'll actually be under impressed because you're going to go through the 5 case studies and you'll be like, this all makes sense. I can see, all this working, but each one makes a couple $100. Each one makes, $3,000 or so. And you just have to have a lot of different sources and it adds up. And a lot of things are reoccurring because when you recommend something like a web host to people, sometimes those companies will pay you month after month, or like an email marketing service. Like I recommend Aweber because that's who I use. they will pay you a percentage, usually about 20% of the person's bill for the rest of their life, as long as they're happy with their service, as long as they don't cancel. And that is kind of the pillar of my course. Is I tell you guys, only recommend things that genuinely work, and that way people know not only do you not burn bridges, and if anything, people trust you more because they know that you always tell the truth. You always only recommend good stuff. And if they start getting a return on their investment of signing up for whatever that service is, or they start getting results from it, then they're going to come back to you and say, oh, that was so awesome. What else do you have that I can sign up for? And that is a big secret on that. So 19K kind of blew me away. So far, if you're doing the math, I made 60 grand from 59,000 from drop shipping and 19,000 from affiliate income. So this month is already freaking insane. So I don't show all of my dashboards or case studies publicly because it's unfair to the members of Earnest Affiliate, but also just to kind of keep things I'm working on a bit private. But here are a couple of the things that I'm working on that I don't mind sharing. This is for physical items. A lot of the stuff is sold on Amazon, as you can see. And these are things that I promote. So nothing crazy, all right? My PackSafe luggage, my backpack, and this is the one I personally use. I have it. If you see me anywhere, you'll see I'm using this. Same thing with the microphones I use. These are things that I personally recommend. And there's a little secret is these other things like this air purifier. I didn't recommend that, but what happens is when people buy something that you do recommend in the same shopping cart, you get credit for that as well. So pretty happy. Got $142 from some of these items. And then this is another one of my affiliate dashboards. I have about 5 different dashboards that I show inside the course. And as you can see, it pretty steadily grows. If you want the full access, you gotta see the members area, but you can I did a pretty bad job blurring now. You can kind of see, make about $1,000 every 2 weeks from this specific source. Now, up next on my passive income list is my courses. So really happy that I actually completely forgot that Optimize Like a Boss is a course that I recorded now almost 2 years ago when I was teaching people how to increase conversion rates for the dropshipping store. And I still get sales from it. So this month I got $364 from that, and I'm very happy because that is completely passive income. I used to include this in my total affiliate income because it's on ClickBank and it was confusing, but now I've separated it. So for my course, for people who wonder how much do I make promoting my course or trying to get people to sign up for an affiliate and how much money I make actually being an affiliate, well, you can see right here, I made, after fees and stuff, $2,991 in profit from running my course. And I'm very happy. Big shout out to everyone who's inside my course, inside the forums, and congratulations on all your success. There's tons of people in there who are now starting to make their own affiliate commissions, and they're growing every month, which is nice. So as you can see, I make way more money walking the walk than I do teaching it, but hopefully that'll change. I mean, to be honest, my goal is for everyone in my course to be making more than me, and for me to make more from my course than anything else I do, because I like teaching. This is kind of, if I can make enough money just from teaching, I would do nothing else, to be honest. I love it more than anything else. I love interviewing people. I love showing people how to be successful, and that's why I share all these things so openly. And you can see it is growing, and hopefully it'll keep growing. Now that I'm using Samcart, which is way better than ClickBank. Now there's no more technical issues, so go ahead and sign up for the course if you haven't already. So for my total passive income for May, it's insane to even think about this. Like it really does feel like, I mean, I honestly don't even know how this happened, because if you guys remember, just a few years ago, I was broke. I literally wrote a book called 12 Weeks in Thailand, The Good Life on the Cheap. Cheap, as in trying to live as cheap as possible, trying to make $600 a month. And now that I made $82,780 this month, passively online from a laptop, oh my God, like I honestly can't even fathom how this happened. But, hard work pays off. Follow the right courses, read the right books, do the right amount of work, and it'll happen. And I'm so excited for everyone who's on this journey and is climbing the ladders with me, because I want all of us to be able to ball out, have drinks on the rooftop like I am here in Bangkok with my buddy Sam. I mean, it's amazing. And what's even cooler is my expenses have not gone up that much. I'm going to show you here my business expenses and my personal expenses. But first, I want to give a big shout out to Anthony. He is my new, I don't want to call him an intern. He's like my lieutenant. He's the one that is taking care of everything to do with the podcast. So if you listen to any of the last 2 episodes, 115 or 116 of the Travel Like a Boss podcast, guess what? I didn't edit those. It was Anthony. It's seamless. He edited them. He published them. He pushed them on social media, and he spread the word. I don't have to do anything. And best $600 I've ever spent. I don't know why I waited so long to hire somebody. And here's a cool thing is he's learning so much from this process. So if you run into him in Chiang Mai, definitely pick his brain and ask him what it's like, working for me. But I made a conscious decision that I'm not going to make him do anything just because I don't want to do it. I'm going to make him do things that he'll learn from as well. So for example, I needed to register my motorbike and get a new sticker. And I didn't want to spend an hour to drive down to the DMV to do it. And I made the conscious decision not to have him do it, because I realized that's stupid, because he's not learning anything from that. I want him to work on the business side of it. So I'm paying for all his expenses up to about $600 a month. So I'm paying for his food and his housing, and paying for his co-working space at Pun Space. So that's about $700 in total. But I promise you, it's the best $700 I ever spent, because I'm training someone to take so much off of my plate, so I can work on the things I'm good at, and I don't have to worry about the editing and everything. I'm really sorry for people who didn't hear about the internship opening. I actually needed to hire someone super last minute, and I only posted it in the Chiang Mai group. So for people that are ready in Chiang Mai, and I said who can start in 2 days. But in November, I plan on hiring a bunch of people, or partnering with a bunch of people, to do more dropshipping stores. That I will give proper notice. I'll give you guys 2 months notice in case you guys want to come out for that. So business expenses, this is another thing that now that I have more time, I actually broke down instead of just saying expenses. You can see who I use my web host is SiteGround, email marketing with Aweber. The opt-in forms, the boxes that you see pop up, that's with Opt-in Monster. I did a photo shoot, as you can see down here, and actually watch the video because it's very fun. It's like a time lapse. This is a project that me and Sam Marks, the guy who sold his company, not for $60,000, but for $100 million, me and him are partnering up in a new project that I think you guys are going to find really, really cool. And I would be an idiot to not partner up with a multimillionaire who happens to be a super cool guy that I enjoy hanging out with anyways, on an idea that I like doing anyways. So now that I have free time, I said yes. And that is actually a big reason why Anthony is part of the team now. So keep an eye out in the next couple of weeks for our new project. But we got photos done for about $50 each, and they came out great. Paid a guy on Fiverr to remove the white background, and he removed 20 photos. The background's on 20 photos for $5.50, and I did 2 other gigs as well. I started paying for email with Google because Google or Gmail has the best platform, but I wanted to be able to have like the @JohnnyFD domain, and I was losing so many emails from bootlegging it before. So I finally just started paying for it. It's $4 per account, and so I have 2 accounts. So I'm sorry if anyone had emailed me in the past couple months and I didn't get it or it bounced, but now it's all fixed. What's really cool is my living expenses are still super low, even though I made $82,000 this month, which is more than a lot of people make in a year. I'm still only spending $1,000 on living. So, and a lot of that has to do with going out and eating good food. Doing like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and things like that. So big shout out to all the digital nomads who came out for the first Nomad BJJ day. This is at Chiang Mai Fight Fit if anyone wants to come out. And we put on some gis afterwards and we rolled. So if anyone wants to do some jiu-jitsu, I highly recommend taking a class. It's the best martial art out there for fitness and self-defense. It really genuinely works. It's amazing. Go take a class and leave a comment and tell me if you guys like it. All right. For travel expenses, we went to Bangkok for a few days. Flights were super cheap. It was about $100 round trip. I keep making the freaking mistake of flying AirAsia because I see that it's only like $30 and I'm like, oh, I'll just fly that. It's not a big deal. And every single time I regret it. AirAsia, I have such a love-hate relationship for you. I feel like you trick me every single time. They're always late. They never, it's like having that, like a hot girlfriend that wears a ton of makeup. So everything seems fine in the facade. And then deep down inside, everything's messed up. So AirAsia, I'm going to really try not to fly you anymore. If you want to fly from Chiang Mai to Bangkok, go with either Thai Airways or Bangkok Air. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's so much better. You don't have as much, BS. But what's cool is Bangkok itself was amazing. We stayed at this place called the Compass, which is like this 5-star hotel right on Sukhumvit, the kind of cool area in Bangkok. And what's so funny is that me and Sam Mark shared rooms. We had 2 twin beds. So we're balling on a budget. But by saving some money, I got to donate some money. So I actually thought I bought 100 mosquito nets, but turns out they took some fees. So ended up with 83 mosquito nets to Project Malaria. The reason why I donated to them is when you live in Thailand and you get bit by one mosquito, it sucks. And like it ruins your day, especially if you're sleeping and there's a mosquito in your room. It really, really bothers you. And then you get scared that you're going to get dengue fever, that you're going to get some kind of disease. And that's one mosquito. There's so many kids in places like Africa that just get bit all day. They literally get bit by hundreds of mosquitoes a night and there's nothing they can do about it. And you could donate a $3 net and they get to sleep and they won't die of malaria. The reason why I thought of this is I was listening to a Freakonomics podcast about saving the world bang for your buck edition. And in that podcast, which I highly recommend you guys check out, Freakonomics is a great show. They talk about, how much it costs to save one person from cancer, one person from HIV, or one person from terrorism, or what's the best bang for your buck. And by far it's by malaria. You can literally save someone's life for a couple bucks. So I donated 83 nets, and hopefully that'll help. Also, the monthly recurring donation to the Muay Thai in Isan, which is the poorest part of Thailand. This gives kids in Thailand a place to go after school. The Warm Heart Foundation is also monthly, and that is preventing the burning for farmers, teaching them how to turn their crops into biochar so they don't have to burn the fields, ruin the air, and also people's lungs. Still giving my parents $1,000 a month. My mom is completely 100% retired now, so big shout out to my mom if you're watching this. I'm so happy that you're no longer standing around on your hurt foot and working. You guys should be retired, so I'm very happy I'm able to contribute to that. And one thing that didn't cost any money but really felt like it made a big difference is giving money to the local blood bank. And the reason why I came up with this idea is living in Thailand, every couple months we get these Facebook messages saying like urgent, there's a rare blood type needed. Somebody got hurt in an accident, and they really desperately need XYZ blood type, like A- or O+ or something like that. And I started wondering, like, why are there so many rare blood types? And I realized what it is most Asian people in Thailand, they have the same blood type. They have like a couple different ones. So if you're a foreigner and you're traveling, they're probably not going to have your blood in the bank on file. And this is why I arranged with the Nomad community to go and donate blood. And they are so happy for us to be there. And it's this crazy thing because donating blood is like donating money that just automatically comes back like while you sleep. So if you can give away a ton of money and save people's lives, and then when you go to sleep, you eat some food and go to sleep, and then it just grows back by itself. Like, why wouldn't you do that? So I'm a big supporter now of donating blood, especially when you're traveling in places that, where you're an expat, and places that, people really need your blood type. I really want to encourage everyone to go give blood. So if you do, take a photo and give me a shout out on Facebook, on Twitter, or Instagram, or wherever you hang out, and I will send you one of my books for free. So either Life Changes Quick or 12 Weeks in Thailand. Just give me a shout out. Just mention that you donated some blood and show a photo of it. I'm very, very happy to support your cause. So in total, even with all these expenses, even with all the donations, paying for my mom, paying for my new intern, I still bootstrapped $79,000 into savings, which is insane. I mean, because that is way more than I ever had in a bank account growing up. I mean, like, this is literally 10 times more than I ever had in a bank account ever. So I'm very, very happy to be able to do this. I'm going to be investing all this. I'm not going to be buying anything stupid, so don't worry about that. If you haven't read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad, definitely read it. Learn how to buy assets and not liabilities. And that's it. So I will see all of you next month. Leave a comment below and ask me any questions, or let me know what's going on in your lives, because I'm excited to kind of hear about all of you as well. But that is it. Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.